Dear Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, our meeting here at the Donald Trump U.S. Institute of Peace comes at a moment when decisive and pragmatic actions matter most. In fact, it's about making durable peace through practical, target-oriented measures, but not through endless conferences with wishful resolutions. Mr. President, your clear vision and far-sighted approach to promoting global peace and stability has inspired my country to join the Board of Peace. The Board of Peace is widely expected to respond directly to new realities by reinforcing existing multilateral efforts. The world has never seen a move like this. It is absolutely unprecedented because, in essence, peace through construction is a very innovative concept or project, and it has every chance to become a reality by our joint efforts. Therefore, Mr. President, I acknowledge and accept your conviction that lasting peace must be built on concrete actions. As our first step, we are ready to contribute a significant amount of cash finance directly to the Board of Peace without any delay. Kazakhstan is also keen to be part of the restoration and construction process through international companies with strong credentials. The program, mostly funded by our government, may include the construction of infrastructure, housing, residential complexes, schools, hospitals, and other important civilian facilities, as well as the rubble clearance. We pledge to fully accomplish our financial commitment toward the board. As one of the world's major producers of wheat, Kazakhstan is ready to provide humanitarian assistance to enhance food security in Gaza and beyond. Kazakhstan plans to provide 500 scholarships to Palestinian students to pursue academic programs in our universities over a 5-year period. We can share our internationally recognized e-government expertise and other digital solutions. Kazakhstan is willing to support the ISF by deploying military units, including medical units, and sending our observers to the Civil Military Coordination Center. Sustainable development in the Middle East requires new ways to promote peace, cooperation, and trust across the region. That's why Kazakhstan has joined the Abraham Accords. This crucial move is fully aligned with the noble mission of the Board of Peace. Both of them may constitute a solid basis for joint efforts to promote peace and security in the Middle East and to foster economic, humanitarian cooperation in the region and even beyond. Given the global nature of the board's agenda, Kazakhstan is committed to providing practical support, including through hosting meetings at different levels and scales. I also would like to propose to establish a special President Trump's Award of the Board of Peace to recognize his outstanding peace-building efforts and achievements. I am confident, Mr. President, that under your strong leadership, the Board of Peace will successfully deliver its great, noble mission. Thank you.
Next, the President of the Republic of Uzbekistan.
Уважаемый господин президент Трамп, ваше превосходительство, позвольте выразить искреннюю признательность президенту Соединенных Штатов Америки Дональду Трампу за созыв инаугурационного заседания Совета. Несомненно, сегодняшний саммит – это результат политической воли и прагматизма президента Трампа. Узбекистан поддержал миротворческую инициативу о создании Совета мира и твердо заявил о намерении принять практическое участие в ее успешной реализации. Убежден, что работа Совета позволит сформировать благоприятную обстановку для экономического и социального восстановления сектора Газа. При этом любой механизм внешнего управления должен непременно опираться на внутреннюю поддержку населения сектора. Скоординированные усилия всех сторон позволят обеспечить устойчивость постконфликтного процесса и создание условий для скорейшего восстановления Газы. Подчеркну, что Узбекистан готов внести посильный вклад в возведение жилых домов, детских садов, школ и больниц. Уважаемые друзья, символично, что нынешний саммит проходит в Институте мира имени Дональда Трампа. Наша встреча является ярким проявлением международной солидарности, миротворчества и общего стремления к улучшению ситуации на Ближнем Востоке. Мы должны использовать эту историческую возможность для построения новой Газы с процветающей экономикой и достойным условием жизни для всего населения. Благодарю за внимание.
The President of the Republic of Indonesia.
President Trump, distinguished delegates, Indonesia, from the first day that we studied President Trump's 20-point plan, we completely agree and we are fully committed to this plan, and that is why we joined the Board of Peace. We are committed to its success. We know there will be a lot of obstacles, there will be a lot of difficulties, but we are very optimistic with the leadership of President Trump. This vision of real peace will be achieved. There will be problems, but we will prevail. We will achieve our dream of peace in Palestine, peace, a lasting and peaceful solution for the Palestinian problem and in Gaza. The achievements of the ceasefire is real. We commend this, and therefore we reaffirm our commitment to contribute significant number of troops, up to 8,000 or more if necessary. We are prepared to contribute the troops to take part actively in the international stabilization force to make this peace work. Thank you very much.
The President of Romania.
First of all, President Trump, thank you for convening this very important meeting, and thank you for your involvement and leadership for the peace plan in Gaza, a peace plan that has been comprehensive and stable, and also for your efforts and results in other parts of the world. I think everyone desires peace, stability, prosperity in Gaza, but the question is how to act for, and it's why this meeting and this format is important. What Romania can do? First, on the humanitarian situation, we can increase the number of flights in order to extract children with disease and to treat in Romanian hospitals. We've done already, and we can do for 1,000 children and 4,000 family members. Secondly, we had a good expertise in emergency response system like ambulance, fire systems, and we can help in order to rebuild that system, and we can donate some equipment. Third, we are already offering some scholarships for Palestinian students, and we can extend the program, and we can help also to rebuild, refurbish the schools in Gaza. And fourth, I think the most important, we had also some expertise. We can help to rebuild the institutions, like police, like justice, like public administration. We have done that in other parts of the world, so we have some expertise. We can contribute with experts, with trainers. And also it's important to say that we have traditionally good relation with Jewish people and with the Palestinian people, so it will help. So we can count on us.
Thank you. The Prime Minister of the Republic of Albania.
Thank you for inviting me to be part of this journey, Mr. President. The fully aligned bipartisan vote of support this initiative received in our parliament speaks for itself about how honored Albania is to be a founding member of this new organization. Many in Europe say the Board of Peace is meant to substitute the United Nations. It does not look to me like an attempt to replace the UN, but if it helps shake that agonizing giant and inshallah wake it up, then God bless the Board of Peace. Mr. President, we commend your decisive role in bringing a halt to the heartbreaking conflict in Gaza, and Albania has confirmed its participation in the stabilization force with our troops. At the same time, I propose that this board invite all countries to contribute directly by building a dedicated public facility for Palestinian children, and in doing so, the world would help the children of Gaza, who are the most innocent hostages of the lunacy of Hamas, to grow within the tangible presence of the largest chain of hands humanity has ever joined together. By not only putting the money, but bringing their own architects in this, so the world will transform an wound of history into an oasis of hope, where compassion takes concrete form and the future is shaped around those who deserve it most, the next generations of Palestinians. Albania will be privileged to stand in that chain. Allow me very briefly to draw your attention to another open conflict closer to home, where President Trump's leadership during his first term brought Kosovo and Serbia closer than ever to a final peace agreement. The president of Kosovo was then brutally prevented from traveling to the White House to sign that agreement in the presence of President Trump. And this was the doing of the very same Sicario prosecutor that went after President Trump himself, and for that became worldwide famous. Today, the Kosovo president have now spent 6 years in pretrial detention before a special court in The Hague, sponsored by several democratic states, some of them present here, that should be shamed of that type of international justice. Just last week, Mr. President, another prosecutor funded by this great country and its taxpayers requested 45 years of imprisonment for him, a request that sent shockwave of humiliation through an entire peace-seeking nation. At this moment, only a few months stand between a man who rose from resistance to ethnic cleansing to become a peacemaker and the potentially devastating outcome in a court that has so far failed at every step to uphold the standards of democratic justice. For the sake of God, Mr. President, let's do something before, as you say, very bad things might happen again. And again, thank you so much for including Albania in this noble initiative by bringing close friends of Israel and of the Arab countries. We very much hope to be an added value in your amazing vision.
Next, the Prime Minister of Egypt.
Your Excellency President Donald Trump, distinguished participants, I thank President Trump for convening this meeting. His Excellency's direct involvement and commitment to promoting peace in the region has been instrumental in achieving an end to the conflict in Gaza, which was previously considered unattainable. Egypt supports President Trump's vision to usher in a new era of peace and coexistence among the people of the region, in which the Palestinian people enjoy their rights to self-determination and statehood, in accordance to relevant international resolutions. Egypt also appreciates President Trump's firm position on rejecting the annexation of the West Bank. Egypt supports the mandate of the Board of Peace as a principal framework for governing the transitional period in Gaza. It is necessary to fully empower the National Committee for the administration of Gaza to function effectively from within and throughout the Strip. Also, preserving the institutional and geographical link between the West Bank and Gaza is vital for the Palestinian Authority to eventually resume its role in Gaza. Within the framework of Egypt's support to President Trump's plan, Egypt will continue its effort to train Palestinian police personnel to maintain security within the Strip. Egypt values President Trump's position rejecting the deportation of the Palestinian people from Gaza as reflected in the 20 points plan, and stresses the importance of initiating early recovery projects in the whole of the Strip in a manner that preserves its geographic unity. Let us consider today's meeting as an initial step in advancing these objectives. Again, thank you, Your Excellency President Trump.
Thank you. The Prime Minister of the State of Qatar.
Thank you. Mr. President, distinguished members of the Board of Peace, thank you for convening this meeting under the banner of peace. Qatar reaffirms its commitment to the Board of Peace as it was committed to the very first day of the mediation efforts. From that day until the end, when we have witnessed in that historical moment in Sharm el-Sheikh the signing of this agreement together with our partners. For decades, this conflict has burdened our region and the world, and our responsibility remains to achieve a just and lasting resolution. The board, under the President Trump leadership, will advance the full implementation of the 20 points plan without delay, ensuring fairness and justice for both Palestinians and Israelis. In this spirit, Qatar pledges $1 billion in support to the board mission aimed at reaching a final resolution that fulfills Palestinian aspiration for the statehood and recognition, and the Israeli aspiration for security and integration. We will also continue our humanitarian coordination together with our UN partners and the Board of Peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bangsa Indonesia harus mandiri. Bangsa Indonesia harus berdiri di atas kaki kita sendiri. Dan di situ elemen utamanya adalah swasembada pangan, swasembada energi. Pangan dan energi harus kita mandiri. Saudara-saudara, percaya kita berada di jalan yang benar, di jalan membela keadilan, di jalan memberantas kemiskinan, di jalan menghilangkan kelaparan. Kita berada di jalan yang bersih, yang suci. Kita berada di jalan yang diridhoi oleh Tuhan Maha Kuasa.